Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to an ESPN NFL 2K5 Detroit Lions franchise rebuild. In Week 5, we just got through the bye week in Week 4, and we're heading into Week 5, traveling to Atlanta, Georgia, to take on Michael Vick and the Falcons. Now, this is a good team, a solid team, one that on paper we're not really expecting to beat, especially with our defense looking the way that it is, getting weaker and weaker by the day with trades and injuries. But we're going to see how we do. Lions versus Falcons. Let's try and fly high here in the Georgia Dome. And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Georgia Dome in Atlanta, Georgia, where the Detroit Lions are traveling to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Earl Holmes, the veteran linebacker with a career total of 11.5 sacks, lines up against Keith Brooking, averaging a world-beating 6.7 tackles per game this year. Heading straight into the coin toss, the Lions will call tails, being the visiting team. The ref tosses it up, and tails will be not the call. Heads is the flip on the play, and the Falcons will receive to start the game off, and they waste no time. Vick finding his receiver Finneran for 17 yards. Holt there on the tackle, saving it from being an even bigger play, and then Finneran gets the next reception from the Atlanta 37, gaining 23 yards on the play before Fernando Bryant is there on the stop, and Vick is balling already. You see the play action fake to Warrick Dunn, another big threat in the backfield, and Finneran takes in his second reception in 2 throws. 1st and 10 from the Detroit 40 in Detroit territory. Warrick Dunn goes up the middle for his first carry for 5 yards. Holmes with the stop, and on the next play, the ball is batted up on the miss from Peerless Price, and Walker snags the interception. Brian Walker, the safety in the secondary, manages to snag the ball as it's deflected up by Bryant on the coverage. Peerless Price was the intended receiver, and the Lions come roaring out of the gate, forcing the interception and the turnover from Michael Vick and the Lions, but they waste zero time in getting a turnover to giving the ball right back to those Falcons. Schlesinger gets the run up the middle. The fumble is forced by Newman and recovered by Pat Kearney, the defensive end, and the Falcons just give up one play and no damage is done from that turnover. The Falcons taking over from Detroit's 36, and Vick, looking back, is sacked by Teddy Lehman for a loss of 5. Vick rolling to his left this time, almost gets deflected the line, but he finds Algie Crumpler way down the line for a 30-yard gain. Curry was trying to get the coverage on that one, but Vick puts the ball just outside of his extended hands. He rolls out to his right. He uses that left hand to haul a huge pass over to that left side, and Crumpler hauls it in for a 30-yard gain. 1st and 10, they're now in the red zone from the Detroit 11. Dunn runs it to the left side, gets dragged down just before the touchdown line, but he is given a 10-yard gain. 1st down, 1st and goal, and on the 1st and goal, Crumpler was wide open in the back of the end zone. Vick finds him for a touchdown, and the Falcons strike first here in the Georgia Dome of Atlanta. Vick using that sidearm throw. No one was covering Crumpler on the blitz, and the Falcons are up early, 7-0. Harrington fakes the handoff, throws it to the right side for Roy Williams, who catches it, and on the spin to try and get out of the tackle, drops the football, and it is ruled a fumble by the referees. The Lions don't think that it was a fumble. If you go back and look at this replay, you see Harrington fires it off to the right side. Roy gets the ball, but it seems like he only takes maybe a step, not really a real football move, before it's dropped out of his hands. The refs will call that a incomplete pass, or a fumble, I should say, and we decide to challenge that play. With the challenge flag going down on the play, Detroit is hoping to get the ball back, and it being called just an incompletion. Let's take one more look at this one. You see Harrington with the play action fake, rolling out to his right side, has Roy Williams. Roy does get possession of it. It comes out of his hands so quick that you would think that it's going to be an incomplete pass, but the ruling on the field stands. The challenge fails, and the Falcons get their second turnover in 2 plays, taking back over. Vick rolling to his right, throwing big pass to the left side, and this time Peerless Price cannot hold on to it. It is dropped and incomplete. Vick rolling back, this time gets sacked again. This time the sack coming from the defensive line. Big Porcher getting in there for a loss of 4. 3rd and 14 now. Vick passes to Peerless Price, who grabs it this time, gets across the 1st down line, runs out of bounds. The defensive holding would be declined, and the Falcons get a 1st down, and Dunn is loose up the middle for an 11-yard gain. Terrence Holt getting the tackle, but Warrick Dunn gets a nice 11-yard gain to get the Falcons rolling back towards that end zone. Now from Detroit's 26, Dunn runs up the middle, gets stopped quickly by Holmes that time, only a gain of 1 on the play. 2nd and 9, Vic looking again for Algie Crumpler, his favorite target so far today, catches it for a gain of 20, and on the 1st and goal from the 6, Warwick Dunn runs straight through the middle, barely touched by anyone, and the Falcons have a 2-touchdown lead here early on in the first quarter, early in the first half, on the back of Warwick Dunn in this 6-yard touchdown run. The Lions taking back over from their own 21. Kevin Jones runs up the middle to Noel Gain. Roderick Colbin there for the stop, 2nd and 10. Harrington sacked by Ellis Johnson, says hello for a loss of 8. 3rd and 18. The Lions have done nothing but turn the ball over and run backwards. They need a change, and they need it quick, and that change comes in the form of Roy Williams. Harrington gets him in stride, connects with him on the pass, and Roy is absolutely gone. Uses that speed, turns on the afterburners, and the rookie, Roy Williams, just like that, one pass, 87 yards, and the Lions are right back into this one. You can see him crossing the 40, the 30, the 20, and the 10, all the way in for 6, and Roy Williams single-handedly putting the Lions on his back. Harrington thanking him for his service, and the Lions are only down by a score of 7-14. The Falcons taking back over from their own 25. Vic passes to Dunn on the left flat for 8 yards. Terrence Holt in there for the tackle. 2nd and 2. Dunn up the middle, gets no gain on the stop there from Dante Curry, replacing the injured Boss Bailey in this game. 3rd and 2. Vic passes to Dunn, complete for 15 yards. This time the running back holding onto the ball. Holt there for the tackle, and that takes us to the end of the first quarter. After one, it's the Lions trailing the Falcons 7-14 in the Georgia Dome. Starting off the second quarter, Vic passes to the left flat for TJ Duckett for 4 total yards, misses the tackle there, a chance to get a loss on the play. 2nd and 6, Dunn runs up to the middle right, 7-yard gain on the play, and Terrence Holt, one of our most solid young defenders on the team so far, is injured on the play. He would not return to the game. 1st and 10 on the Detroit 41, Dunn running up the middle for 2 yards, Teddy Lehman in there for the stop. 2nd and 8. Vic dropping back, passes over to the left side. This pass deflected by our star quarterback, Dre Bly, bringing us to a 3rd and 8. Vic looking around for Finneran, gets Finneran, catches it, brings it in. The rookie Bua, replacing the injured Holt, tackles him for a gain of 18 yards. And on the 1st and 10, Dunn runs up the middle for 5 yards. Lehman there for the play. And on the 2nd and 5, Dunn gets the ball, sheds out of one tackle from Bly. Bua couldn't take him down, and the Falcons strike right back. They cut right through this Lions defense, getting back into the end zone for Warwick Dunn. The Falcons now on top, 21-7. Harrington hoping to get a little bit of a comeback going before the half is over, finds Williams over the middle for 16 yards, and then goes ahead and finds Rogers on the right side, gets around his defender, gets 20 yards down the field before Beasley is able to take him down. And Rogers getting involved with this offense gets a first down for the Detroit Lions into Atlanta territory. Kevin Jones gets to the left side for 5 yards. Hall there on the stop. 2nd and 5. Harrington does the play action, feels the defenders coming down his back, and gets right out to the right side, out of bounds for a scramble for 9 yards over to the right side. 1st and 10 from the 21. Jones trying to find some daylight to the outside. Gets hit for a gain of 1 yard by Scott. Harrington, quick drop back, throws over the middle directly into the numbers of Brian Scott. So right after Brian got that big tackle, he goes ahead and gets the ball taken away for the 3rd Lions turnover in this first half, and the Lions are not doing a good job of taking care of the ball in this game, and it is showing so far on the scoreboard. 1st and 10 now from the Atlanta 26. Dunn takes it up the middle for 3 yards. Curry there for the stop. 2nd and 7, Dunn goes up the middle for a loss of 1 yard. Teddy Lehman there, able to get him there for a loss. And on the 3rd and 8, Michael Vick looking for his man down the field, and big Sean Rogers puts those big paws up and manages to deflect Vick's pass at the line. The Lions will take the ball back. And on the 1st and 10, Harrington looking to the right side, his pass falling incomplete, deflected by one of the 2 Falcon defenders over there. And on the 2nd and 10, Lightning happens to strike twice. Roy Williams slips behind the defenders. They might have been in a zone and were not able to get back and defend him. And Harrington beats 3 to 5 Falcons defenders all the way down the field. This one is for 62 yards, and Roy Williams continues to work his rookie magic, taking in another reception for another touchdown of more than 60 yards. This one getting the Lions back within striking distance, 14 21 is the score. Falcons taking over from their own 23. Dunn runs up the middle for 4 yards. Vic, rolling left, completes this one to Peerless Price, who has some room and a block in front of him, manages to get out of bounds after a 12-yard gain. 1st and 10 from Atlanta's 39. Dunn going up the middle for a gain of 5 yards. Curry there for the play. 2nd and 5. Dunn runs right, gets away from a defender. Teddy Laban manages to drag him down after a 10-yard gain. 1st and 10 from Detroit's 46, now in Lions territory. Vic looking to the right side. The pass is incomplete, out of bounds. 2nd and 10. Vic finds Crumpler this time for a gain of 6 yards. Bua misses the defense on the play. Bly there to make the stop, and the Falcons will take their first timeout as we head closer to halftime. 3rd and 4, Vic completes a Finneran for 13 yards. There would be a flag on the play for defensive pass interference. The Falcons would decline it, take the 1st and 10 at the 26. Dunn runs up the middle for 10 yards. Bua and Curry there to stop him, but that's another first down for the Falcons. Dunn doing his thing again, counters right, this time a loss of 1 on the play. Curry and Holmes there combining for the tackle for the loss. 2nd and 11, Vic throws it to Crumpler on the right side. He catches it and is taken down just before the goal line. It looks like Dunn was about to get his 3rd touchdown. He's taken down behind the line. There's a loss of 2. The backup linebacker Alex Lewis in there on the play. 2nd and goal. Vic throws it over to the right side. A flag is thrown. The play was caught by Price, but there is an ineligible receiver downfield. The ball would be coming back to the Falcons. 2nd and goal on the 9. Vic passes deflected at the line, and the Falcons would have to settle for a 25-yard field goal going into the halftime. About 10 total points, 14-24. Now, if we take a look at the stats, you can see our time of possession, those 2 and actually 3 turnovers had just absolutely killed us in the beginning of this game. We managed to make up for it. We've gotten back with those 2 huge plays from Roy Williams, but the Lions are going to need a full turnaround if they want to get back into this one, and they will have the ball going into the 3rd quarter, and that is not a good start. Jones taking the sweep for a loss of 2, trying to get the running game going, has not been working for the Lions so far, and honestly, throwing passes to the other team doesn't work either. Harrington's pass deflected by Jason Webster, and on the 3rd and 12, Harrington is sacked by Coleman on the scramble, trying to get away from the pressure, and the Falcons come out of the half just like they went into the half, absolutely taking care of these Detroit Lions. Now, the punt, usually when we show the special teams, that means something really bad is happening, but this time it's just a really good return, giving the Falcons really good field position. The punt returned 11 yards. The Detroit 33 is the starting point for the Atlanta Falcons. On the 1st and 10, Dunn runs up the middle for a gain of 6 yards. Teddy Lehman there on the stop, and then he gets the ball again, runs to the left side for 8 yards. The rookie Bula, replacing the injured Holt, gets a tackle nice and clean on that one. The 1st and 10 from the 19, Dunn gets the toss to the right for no gain. Fernando Bryant able to get past his receiver for the tackle. 2nd and 10, Vic passes over the middle, deflected by Dante Curry. 3rd and 10, Vic passes, once again, almost goes over the line. This time, Fernando Bryant is there for the pass deflection, and on the 36-yard field goal will be missed by A.J. Feely. That is the first missed field goal for A.J. Feely, and the Lions are taking back over, trying to make something happen. After the run to the right side for 2 yards, Harrington finds Hakeem on the right side, complete for 18 yards, the first down for the Lions. Harrington pass dropped by Hamilton, and it is intercepted by Hall off of the deflection drop from Derek Hamilton. I've never seen this in all of the months, years, decades that I've been playing this game. It just bounces harmlessly off of his hands, and it's almost like Derek Hamilton gave a little bit of a volleyball assist to Hall, who makes the interception there. The Falcons taking back over, finds Peerless Price on the right side, a step in front of Bryant, gets 20 yards on the play, and the Falcons are flying once again. 1st and 10 from Atlanta's 45. Dunn runs up the middle. Earl Holmes gets him to come down, but after a 6-yard gain. 2nd and 4. Vic gets sacked by Dante Curry this time. Curry having a great game, showing why he should be having some more playing time. Gets a loss of 7 on the play, and we want to see this one again. Curry jumping in pretty much untouched by the defenders, or by the offenders, I should say, and gets to Vic for a sack. 3rd and 11, Vic's pass is deflected by the rookie Bua, and the Lions manage to get a 3-and-out and the ball back, trying to get themselves back into this game. On the 1st and 10, Jones continuing to struggle, gets to the left for no gain, Brooking on the stop. 2nd and 10, Harrington is going to get sacked again by Coleman, a big loss of 6 yards, and on the 3rd and 16, 3 times. We managed 3 big receptions with Roy Williams. He's off to the races yet again. He would not have the endurance and the speed to get into the end zone this time, but that puts us all the way up into Atlanta's 15, where Corey Schlesinger grabs the sweep. He gets a couple of advantageous blocks. He runs out of the way of the last tackler, and Corey Schlesinger gets to the left for 15 yards. A huge touchdown from the Detroit Lions, and they are only 3 points away from stunning these Atlanta Falcons in the Georgia Dome, and they are trying to get the ball back with plenty of time to get a lead in this game. 1st and 10 for the Falcons from their own 20. Dunn runs to the left side for 4 yards. Curry and Bly on the stop. 2nd and 6. Dunn runs to the left again. Just barely gets taken down by Bua. 10-yard gain on the play. We now have a first down from Atlanta's 34. Vic finds Crumpler, has some room in front of him. Brian Walker takes him down after a gain of 16 yards. Ball is now at midfield. Vic passes to the left side, has Peerless Price, and he's taken down quickly by Teddy Lehman. No room to get that speed up on that left side flat. 2nd and 7, Vic throws it to the left side all the way across the field for Crumpler, one of their favorite plays so far today. Walker gets him there. And on the 2nd and 4, moving into the red zone, Dunn runs to the left side for a gain of 1 yard. Dre Bly manages to get under his legs and take him down there. 3rd and 3, Vic passes to Crumpler. That one is incomplete. And then the 33-yard field goal by Feely, his 2nd in a row, sails wide right. That one is no good, and the Lions are living to fight for the lead right here as we get closer to this end of the game. 1st and 10, Harrington finds Jones on the flat for 4 yards. 2nd and 6, Jones sweeps to the left for a loss of 1 yard on the play. Brooking on the stop, and on the 3rd and 7, this is a huge play for the Lions. Harrington throws it to the left side. It's in Roy Williams' hands, and Magic cannot strike for the 4th time. The Lions have to give the ball right back to the Falcons. And the ball is loose on the first run from Dunn. He countered to the right. Curry in there for the first forced fumble, but Kynon Forney is able to pick the ball up, and the Falcons keep possession after the incomplete pass from Vic to Crumpler. 3rd and 17, Vic passes to Jimmy Ferris, who gets 16 yards on the reception and the incidental face mask call on Kevin Smith, which is going to push it forward into a first down for the Atlanta Falcons from their own 44. Dunn now runs it to the right side for 3 yards. Lehman and Walker there for the stop. 2nd and 7, Vic rolls left, throws right, finds Finneran, complete for 23 yards. The safety Walker there again for the stop. 1st and 10 from the 33. Dunn runs up the middle, sheds a tackle. Bua gets him down, but 13 yards is the gain. 1st and 10 for the Falcons again on Detroit's 20. Red zone opportunity. Vic passes over the middle, complete to Peerless Price. 16-yard gain. Fernando Bryan couldn't get the pass deflection, but does get the tackle on the play. 1st and goal from Detroit's 4. Vic passes to his tight end, Dwayne Blakely, who takes it in for 4 yards. That is a touchdown for the Falcons, and they have a little bit more breathing room between them and the Lions. 21-31 is now the score. We're getting later into this 4th quarter, which means the Lions are running out of time to come back. Harrington gets his pass deflected on 1st down. 2nd and 10. Harrington passes over the middle, complete to Rogers for 15 yards. 1st and 10 from the Detroit 37. Harrington passes over the middle, deflected by Chris Draft, dangerously close to getting interception on the bounce up. 2nd and 10. Harrington passes to Jones on the left flat, outside of the outstretched arms of one of the defenders, sheds through a tackle, gets past the first down line. 11-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10, Detroit 48. Harrington passes to Williams on the right side. He takes that one in, complete for 17 yards. Webster there on the stop. 1st and 10 from Atlanta's 35. Harrington passes to Rogers on the left flat, who takes it in. 3-yard gain. Hall takes him down, and we're past the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 7. Harrington passes to Jones. Miracle catch there. Really, really lucky it wasn't intercepted. Gets past the first down line. 8-yard gain. 1st and 10. Harrington rolling left. Doesn't have anyone in front of him except for a lot of green space. Slides down for a gain of 12 yards and a first down. 1st and 10 from Atlanta's 12. Red zone opportunity, and Brooking gets through the linebacker blitz for a sack. 2nd and 18. Harrington sees Azahir Hakeem downfield, who snags the pass 20 yards into the end zone, and the Lions are not dead yet. Harrington takes a quick drop, sees Hakeem over on the right side, puts the pass perfectly in his hands just outside of the outstretched arms of the safety, and the Lions are trying to get this ball back to keep this game moving. Hansen throws up the onside kick, and Walker is there to snag it right out of the air. Bracey Walker takes the onside kick in, and the Lions have a chance to tie it, although getting sacked by Chad Bratsky is not part of the game plan. Harrington steps back up, finds Hakeem, the hero of the fourth quarter, for another 24-yard gain, haul on the tackle. Lions take a timeout. Now on the Atlanta 42, Harrington rolls to the right side, his pass deflected by Webster, looking on his rolling receiver on the right side. 2nd and 10 now. Harrington passes over the middle for his tight end, Steven Alexander, getting into the action, complete for 17 yards. The Lions would take another timeout. 1st and 10 from Atlanta's 25. The Lions are thinking win. They take a shot to the end zone. That one was in and out of the hands of Williams again. He can't be a superhero every single moment of every day. And for just good measure, we took another shot into the end zone. This time Charles Rogers was the target. This one falls harmlessly incomplete. And then the 42-yard field goal as time expires from Hansen to tie this one up is good. The score being 31-31, and we have some bonus football here in Atlanta, Georgia. The Lions complete the comeback to tie this thing up 31-31, and we are going into overtime here in Atlanta. The away team, the Detroit Lions, would get to call this one as the referee flips it up, and they called heads and they would get heads, and the Lions have a chance to take this thing down the field and win this one and steal a game here from a team that is frankly better on paper in the Atlanta Falcons. After the first 2 plays of this overtime drive, 3rd and 6, Harrington throws it over the middle, finds Charles Rogers, complete for 14 yards, brooking there on the tackle. 1st and 10 from the Detroit 36. Harrington passes it over the middle. This one is deflected away by the safety, bringing us to a 2nd and 10. Harrington throwing it over the middle for Hakeem, again gets the completion, manages to get over the line. 11 yards is the gain on the play. 1st and 10 from Detroit's 47. Kevin Jones surprising the defense, getting a 5-yard run up the middle, and then they give it back to Kevin Jones, who promptly goes and gets no gain. Big 3rd and 5. We need this first down. Harrington throws over to Rogers on the hook route. He has it, 7 yards on the gain. Beasley takes him down, first down Lions. After the play action, Harrington gets rid of the ball before he's hit, finds Charles Rogers, who has a big gain of 24 yards, gets out of bounds, and now we're on the Atlanta 21. Schlesinger takes the first run for 2 yards, booking and draft there for the tackle. 2nd and 8, Jones runs up the middle for 6 yards, and on the 3rd and 2, Schlesinger runs it up the middle for 2 yards. Bratsky is there on the tackle, but that sets up the 28-yard field goal by Hansen. It's through the uprights, and the Detroit Lions come into Atlanta and take down the Falcons 34-31. They were down 21-7 at one point, and they complete the full comeback to walk away from the Georgia Dome with a victory, and that feels good after dropping the overtime loss to Philadelphia in our previous game at home. Taking a look at the stats, this was an absolute shootout. Those 4 turnovers we managed to overcome, and a huge passing game for our lack of rushing yards. Joey Harrington, 20 for 34, 461 yards, 3 total touchdowns, and 2 total interceptions. He did his best. Corey Schlesinger ran it pretty well on the ground. He had 6 carries for 30 yards, plus that 1 touchdown, that 15-yard carry. Kevin Jones had a tough time on the ground today. We don't really need to say any more about that. Roy Williams, I had to look this up. He, at this point in time, with this 6-reception, 269-yard performance, just put up the 2nd most yards in Detroit Lions history for single game receiving. Someone else had about 284. It would eventually be broken by Megatron, who had like a 300-something yard game. Both Lehman and Curry, the linebackers, had 10 total tackles. They both had a sack apiece, and Curry did have that one big forced fumble that was recovered by Atlanta, but we always love to see a good hit and a forced fumble. So that's going to get us out of Atlanta with a win. We are now 2-2. Once again, our primary goal for this season is to win 8 games in total. We're also trying to actively rebuild the roster. The Packers are going to be a tough test in the next game. And unfortunately, we lost Terrence Holt for 2 months. So not wanting to deal with our rookie Bua for 2 months, we signed Sam Brandon. He's a 70 versus a 61. Hopefully he'll be a better option. And that's going to do it for us in our 4th game of this Detroit Lions rebuild. We'll be back in week 6 against the Green Bay Packers. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I live stream all of these games. Would love to see you on a live stream sometime soon. And my name is Peanuts247, and we will look forward to seeing you on the next one.